So I kind of was hoping you'd have this thing done the time I got down here today, but no such luck.
It doesn't look done? Really? Come on, man. Look at this beautiful 503 piece of iron right here. This is the power plant for this truck, and it is completely hooked up, man.
Well, it looks great, except for we have, you know, less than 3 weeks to get this thing completely put back together, inspected, tagged, titled, insured, tested, loaded, so no problems. We got problems.
Yeah, well, maybe.
So I'm back down here at Garrett's house to work on the 68 GMC, and we're gonna try to have this thing ready for C10 Nationals 2025, right? 2024, like 18 days from now. And
3 weeks, we can do it.
yeah,
Yep.
we really need to have this done in about the next 10 to 12 days. That way he can test on this and finish up all the paperwork and all that other jazz. But I'm sure most guys about now are thinking, hey, maybe we should pull the C10 out and wax it, because C10 Nationals is, you know, a few weeks away. And we're like, hey, where's the front clip? So
Why don't we paint the master cylinder while we're at it?
this is it's a lot. I know we keep saying, hey, I know it doesn't look like we've done a lot, but Garrett's really been grinding at it. I hope it's not the day before. And we're like, hey, it's the day before, and I know it doesn't look like we've done a lot. I think we're to the point where the windshield and the front clip may be optional, but as long as we can drive it onto a trailer maybe, or even just like idle into Nationals, I think that's a pretty good feat.
You know, I'll be honest, man. I think by the end of today, by the end of this video, this truck is going to look completely different.
I hope it's like more stuff on it, not more
I think
stuff
it's
off.
going to look like a truck.
I hope. Let's go. So you got the engine in. How bad was that? I know your wife helped you, so that's a win.
She didn't help me.
I thought she did.
No, it was just me.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It's just a matter of getting it all lined up, you know, it's a lot easier if it's an automatic, but it's got that big old shaft that sticks through the back of it that has to meet that pilot bearing. And then you got to figure out, how do you get your headers in, and what's the order of everything, because I took it apart a long time ago.
So you left it in the inline 6 mounts there.
Yep.
Instead of
She
forward.
is set back. She's you're really set for a race car feel. You know, you got to put the weight back.
Make timing it real fun to get your hand crammed back in there, but it fits.
Well, that's why I timed it before I put it in. Locked her down.
So I don't know if you remember, but Garrett went through and filled in all those old janky farm mirror holes in the door. Sprayed it with some 503 rattle can from O'Reilly's, and this one over here had that big old speaker hole down in the bottom, and he welded that one in and a little putty, sprayed that. And the backside, I was really impressed with this. That had all that lower trim when we picked it up at the truck farm, and he filled all those holes in as well, and looks pretty dang good. So you fogged the whole outside of the door, didn't you?
Yeah, just real light, just to see if I could get a tiny bit of a match, because it's obvious that, you know, it's not a perfect color match, but just to get a little bit on it. You know, we may hit it with some Quad Zero later on to see if we can get a little more patina in it, or if we need to. But until we get it on the truck, it's going to be hard to know what we need to do.
Yep. We're getting close. So the kick panel vents are all done. That looks really, really nice. Except for that one rivet Garrett put in backwards. Fail!
Oops!
So Garrett got the cluster all finished up, and man, this thing turned out slick. So we got that tack in there, and he picked it up from Cooper's Restorations. And this stuff includes everything. I mean, you get new lenses, new housings, new printed circuit board, the tack, but man, it looks nice. So we're gonna go through and put the kick panel vents in, the cluster in. Garrett's working on the wiring. We've got a little more wiring for the speakers. We're gonna stick some 6x9s underneath the seat. He doesn't have the full foam seat, so we should be able to get those lower profile 6x9 speakers under the seat. He put speakers up in the dash. It's going back together, so yay. So what Garrett and I have learned working on this truck is if you do things like 3 or 4 times the wrong way, it helps you learn how to build these to do it the right way finally when you screw it up over and over again. There's a lot of grunting going on up there. What are you doing?
I'm struggling. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, that's what struggling sounds like. Cluster is secured. Yeah! Putting your hands where they don't belong.
Oh man, I still got to do one on the backside too.
So Garrett and I are, well, Garrett's cleaning these filthy visors so don't have to eat that when we go down the road with no windshield. And I'm waxing the inside of the truck because that seems, well, at least there's something to wax right now, so I'm going to do that. Just make it look prettier because his wife cleaned it up nice, but now we're going to make it look real good.
It's filthy.
It is.
They keep doing it over and over again. It's just gross.
Keep sticking to the...
I thought my wife cleaned this.
We'll fire it.
She didn't.
Well, you know, you need a man to teach a woman how to clean. So.
Don't say that anywhere near my wife.
Just kidding, Jesse. Just kidding. What other song can I put in your head to ruin your day?
I've got Boot Scoot Boogie going here.
Get down, turn around, and go to town. Boot, scoot, and boogie. Should have worn my boots. I could have done a little boot goofing today.
What is boot goofing?
Oh man, Reno 911.
Genuine ostrich. Wait, what? I'm just goofing. New boot goofing. Oh!
Yeah, I don't know.
You gotta watch it. It's good.
I'll do that.
So if you guys are looking for a good set of 3-point aftermarket seat belts for your 67 to 72, we picked these up from seatbeltplanet.com. My buddy Levi, he recommended the company to us. He put some in his 71 and really liked the fit of them, and they have a huge selection of colors. So between these being bright, the truck being a different color, the dash pad being different, we have all sorts of greens.
There's a lot of colors.
It's the rainbow green truck.
This is kind of the same family.
Yeah. It's green. It doesn't matter what color it is to me. I love green, so any shade will work. So Garrett just put the fan on, and then he looked at me and says, "Man, think I should clean this fan up?" And I left it up to him, and he asked me, what would I do?
What would Chad do?
So guess what? It's coming off, and
I'm going to hand it to him.
and I get to clean it and paint it. Totally seems like a waste of time, but I'm really glad you're doing it. We've been letting the carpet sit out here in the sun for a while, trying to get it to be a little more pliable. I think it's time to test fit it and see what happens.
Nope. A lot of wires.
It's nice and warm. Not a bad fit for Summit.
Yeah. Assume that's as high as it goes. Somebody walked on it.
It was not I.
It was me.
Coop.
Alright.
Just Velcro it down and call it done. So we test fit the carpet and it looks pretty good so far. Had to make some cuts around the fuel line and a couple other things, but it looks good. We're getting ready to put the seat brackets back together and test that all out. But on the bottom of the seat, when we got this GMC, it still had the original build sheet on it, so we could go through and see Collins Motor Company, and was the one that sold it. It was out of Fremont, and all the options. Then on the backrest too, there's the second one, and this one's really
identical, but it is
really intact.
excellent
So
shape.
you'll find a lot of these on not the full foam seats, that'll be on the bottom side and on the backrest. And this one's really good shape, so it's pretty neat. You might check your trucks. So I'm gonna go through and see if I can work my magic with these 50-year-old nasty armrest. I don't know. I can do it. So I've got the old armrest done for the doors, and I gotta say, pretty pleased how well they cleaned up. You know, this one's the driver's side, and it's got a little wear and patina to it, but if you're not building a show truck, no need to spend all that money. Just put a little elbow grease into it, and things can turn out pretty decent. So if you guys are gonna be working on these old C10s, and anytime you get new parts, or if you part one out, save all your nuts and bolts and miscellaneous pieces, because this stuff is a lifesaver when you're putting stuff back together. So for about the 40th time today, Garrett and I are taking stuff back apart that we put together, and this time, I don't know. So a 67, 68s, you've got your wipers and washers top left, choke on the right, and lights on the bottom. Since the wiring harness wasn't correct, we ended up having to put our wipers on the right, and then the headlights here, but then that left a blank, but then that's not labeled correctly, and I didn't like it having an open hole, so I've moved the lights back down to the original position. I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna take a dummy washer switch, stick it back up in over here, and put a knob on it. That way it just looks better, but I tell you, it's getting to be a pain. He's been working on speakers for like forever.
I bet it's like 45 minutes. These things are kicking my butt.
Wasting time. Except for you're not. Coming together.
Did you show them the beautiful shininess that the wax did?
Yeah, I did some shining, even to the weather stripping back there, and with the new shiny tank. I mean, we're really getting some shines, and oh yeah, got that fan all shined up and painted. So I mean, still not running or power.
It's close.
It's almost done. So we're stealing the vice grip garage method of burning some holes into the carpet for the seats, seat brackets and bolts by just heating up a old punch. Just gonna stick it down into the carpet and it'll make a perfect hole. Or not.
As long as we put it in the right spot. Well, that
Right
works.
through the gas line. Perfect.
Looks awesome.
Breathe it in, inhale.
Oh, it's terrible.
Ooh, I thought you just touched
I
where
thought
you
so
should.
too. But where's the hole?
Right where you just put it. Missed it by that much.
I can't tell. It's got that mass backing on it. Chad, you know how long it's been since I've sat in here?
So we got the seat base in, just testing it to make sure the 6x9s fit in there. When you put new foam in,
You start hitting the roof.
be aware that the new foam really, especially if you go to a full foam seat from a base seat, it goes. So if, I don't know, we may not put the backrest in so we can see out, so.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little close.
A little spread eagle driving the clutch is gonna be fun. So, P.S. they do make seat brackets that lower things down, and that may not be a bad idea for some of you big fellas. I'm pretty skinny, and
Well,
we still got to scoot the seat back. It's all the way in the forward position too. So, don't panic yet. We'll panic in an hour. Let's forget about it and just keep working.
okay.
I can't get out. Jeez. All right, man. So I'm kind of wrapping up for the day. Got to get out of here. What do you think? You gonna be able to get this done by yourself? will you please get this done by yourself? That way next time I come, it's finished.
I make no promises, but I sure try hard.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good so far. We got the carpet in, got all the holes ready for the seat. We just put a little paint on the side brackets there. That way, you know, it looks pretty. Once we get that done.
If it didn't have to look pretty, we would have been done by now.
Yeah, he got his infinity speakers all in the boxes, and they're ready to go in too. So we got to get them down, ready to go, get them hooked up, and then we can put the seat on top of them, because they're never going to get stolen unless somebody pulls the seat out to get them, because it's tight fit. Looking good though. Well, that's going to wrap up another day working on the 68. We got quite a bit done. I feel like it's deja vu where I keep saying, well, it doesn't look like we've done a whole lot, but we have again. But maybe next time it'll really look like something. So once we get that front clip on, you know, we get the seat back in here, then things will really start looking like a truck again. But if you guys haven't, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you check out my other 67 to 72 videos. We appreciate your time, and thanks for watching. Garrett got online, checked it. Wrong words.
I definitely checked them.
I checked them. Done checked them. You shat in one hand and you wish in another, and see which one fills up first.
Infinity reference 6x9s. I love them.
Is this yours, Garrett?
Yeah.
Woo. Sure that accentuates your chest. So we've been letting. And don't forget, you need to go through and lube your speedo. That sounded wrong. You need to lube your speedometer cable, not your speedo. You got a speedo?
Only when you're around.
Yuck. It's pretty neat to see some of the options we could read through what was left of the truck, or what we could read. Yeah? I don't know what I'm saying. Stupid. Man, shiny.
I'm just hoping this is long enough.
That's what she said.